some of Solomon's rulings, because people would come from all over the world to hear Solomon's judgments.
I have no idea.
Have you ever heard the one about the two women and the children? That's the only one that I've been able to find in the Bible. There were two women that each had a baby, a newborn baby. They both had newborn babies. And in the middle of the night, one of the babies died.
There we go. Really?
Yeah. So one of the women accused the other one of doing was placing the dead baby on her breast and taking the live baby. So they took it to Solomon and said, you know, they made this case. Well, she just stole my baby. Her baby died in the middle of the night. What? This is wrong. This is unjust. And Solomon and the other one, of course, said, no, her baby died. She's lying. So Solomon decided that he said, okay, what I'll do is I'll split the baby in half. You can take one half, you can take the other half. One woman said, well, fine, if that's the way she's going to be about it, then just go ahead and do it. And the other one said, no, let her keep the baby so that it might live. And that's how Solomon knew who the real mother was.
So right now, we got one viewer.
All right.
We're on our way.
Yeah. Welcome to the Peace Vigil.
Welcome to the Washington, D.C. Peace Vigil, right here on New York Avenue.
Pennsylvania.
This is Pennsylvania Avenue? I thought that was Pennsylvania Avenue on the other side. This is Pennsylvania Avenue.
It's New York.
What?
It is New York.
This is New York Avenue.
Yes.
We're here on New York Avenue by the back door of the White House, not the front door of the White House, the back door.
Yeah.
And we're at...
Well, technically, I mean, yeah, this is the facade. And that's what's funny about the White House, is what a lot of people think is the front door is actually the back door. And most business happens through the back door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the longest running protest. I challenge anybody to try to find a protest longer than this one. 32 years.
Interesting. 32 years.
No.
32 years as a part of the anti-nuclear movement, I assume.
Yeah, there's a movement called the Freeze movement in the 80s. And there's Prop1.org was created, but it's out of the nonprofit name was Prop1.
Interesting.
So
this was started by William Thomas.
yeah, he's pretty much he went by Thomas and Connie.
And Connie.
They were the primary influences, and at one point there were more tents, there were more people involved in it, but this is what stood.
So did Connie join William Thomas, or?
Yes, William Thomas did start it, I want to say it was 1980, and then the formal campaign started in 81. But this is kind of neat. Like, this is one of my favorite images right here, because this was a giant, I mean, could you imagine the size of that just being placed on the gate of the White House?
You couldn't do that anymore.
No. No. And then this here is the Norman Maier monument, which is very interesting. Norman Maier was somebody who was a part of a strong part of the vigil. He decided, this is just the long and short of what I know about it. Well, the first thing is he actually talked Thomas out of his hunger strike.
Huh.
Thomas was on a hunger strike, and Norman Mailer came to the movement and actually talked Thomas out of his hunger strike. And one other thing that Thomas is noted for is he drove a van up to the Washington Monument and said it was loaded with explosives. And there was a standoff with the park police, and they were able to get him to start moving away from the monument, and a sniper shot and killed him as he was leaving. And the van didn't have any explosives.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the individual who shot him was received a congratulatory medal of some kind or another and a promotion. And that individual's name is Officer Reed, notorious in D.C. and Occupy D.C.
Oh. Well. Oh, now we have 2 viewers. Getting there.
Yeah. So this is what I look at all day, or all shift. It actually has become pretty boring to look at.
Yeah,
It's like a piece on the life board, is what I see.
Yeah.
Like the game of life, it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. It never really did, actually. I sometimes question whether or not the president even lives there. I sometimes think that if revolution happened and the people stormed the White House, what you'd find is a bunch of Secret Service cops, Secret Service officers, sitting around eating pizza and watching football or something like that, and be like, ha ha ha, you thought he lived here? I don't know. It's just one of those wacky thoughts that goes out of my brain.
That might be like the base of the Secret Service.
Yes.
The president lives at an undisclosed location.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I was mentioning before, I said if I were president, I live in that building over there.
Yeah, that one is sharp.
That lavish palace.
Yeah. I actually really, I'm not a big fan of DC architecture, but I really like this building, and somebody said it might be, and I mean, I was talking to somebody who's more into art and architecture the other day, and he said it might be Franco-Prussian influenced.
Huh? Yeah, this is the Eisenhower Executive Office that I'm like streaming from here. You may not be able to see it because it's kind of dark, but that's what it is. And over there you have the typical tourists on the fence of the White House.
Yes. They never get tired of coming.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's why this is such a good location. You know, it's definitely, you know, high volume. Right now, people are just kind of hanging out at the White House, but there's times where I'll have a group of 50 to 100 people in front of here, and it's good because there's a lot of international visitors, and I think as, you know, the technology continues to spread, people need to know what they're in for and to hold their leaders accountable.
Yep.
But yeah, in the background, maybe your viewers can see the phallic Washington Monument.
Yeah, we can see it a little bit.
And one thing I love this. See, this to me, this sums up nuclear weapons right here. You tell me. What do you think?
Stop the new arms race.
Well, look at the shape. That's what nuclear weapons are. Who's got the bigger dick?
Yeah. Essentially, that's what nuclear weapons are. So we'll be up here for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to go down and upload this footage to, actually 5 more minutes. Then I'm going to go down and upload this footage to YouTube, and have this as a part of my documented portfolio of sorts.
Yeah, it's been good being in DC, and I've become much more peaceful being a part of the visual because, you know, it gives me hours to ponder what peace truly means and to come to grips with it for my own soul.
I apologize that maybe this isn't as exciting as the stuff that's going on in Ottawa or Chicago, but
what's going on in Ottawa?
Oh, they had a big Idle No More march up there. Or at the Supreme Court the past few days, but you know what? We're here and we're enjoying our time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I haven't been able to look at too many images from the Supreme Court. I caught that Queen was in the city paper. Do you know Queen? Yeah. She's something else.
Yeah.
Kicked out of the Peace House, but, you know, a lot of people, she was waiting for those actions, I think. You know, there were claims that, you know, Queen's not, I'm quoting somebody in particular, Queen's not an activist. She doesn't do anything all day. But no, that just goes to show that you don't have to, you know, when your issue comes up, when it's time for you to shine, you know, it'll be your time to shine, and everybody has that place.
Yep. And so, we're here on this quiet night in DC. If you feel like participating in the discussion, feel free to do so. Otherwise, I'm going to stay up for about 5 more minutes.
Could you imagine, you know who should have been at the action?
Yep.
The marriage equality action? Gay Squat. Why was Gay Squat not there?
That's something to ponder.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Aaron Black, you should have been recruiting Gay Squad. Come on.
We got another viewer.
All right.
And another viewer.
All right. They heard Gay Squad. Yeah, Gay Squad should have been at the marriage equality action.
So we're here at the DC Peace Vigil, just standing around and maybe instructing tourists who come around to look at this testament to anti-war, and hopefully outreach is done. This is where the seeds of activism are planted.
Yeah, and that's why I really enjoy talking to kids too. And this is a great place to do it. It's a safe place, and a lot of them. I noticed that the one gentleman that I was just speaking with, it's probably an advisor for, there's these close-up kind of, it's called close-up, which is a series of like workshops, and they also do, from what I understand, they do a session on civil disobedience. So, you know, just to give them something to ponder and prepare for, because you know, it's my ideal world isn't going to happen in my lifetime. It's not even going to happen in the next generation's lifetime, but you know, they're more important than I am. That's why I do it, is for the next generations.
Pretty cool.
Species. Pretty
cool. All right, I'm going to archive now. I'm going to probably sign out. Not too much going on here. I'm just doing this to shine a light upon the Peace Vigil.
Thank you.
I may be back at another point when there is some excitement down here. And thanks for signing in. And I'll see y'all later.